There are millions of videos on YouTube providing tips and advice for improving your photography. Whether it's buying better gear, learning new camera settings, or even implementing a new photography technique. But does buying new gear make you a better photographer? And if we are being completely honest, the short and quick answer is no. However, I would agree that understanding your camera's settings inside and out and learning new photography techniques can make you a better photographer. But the question is, by how much? There is one thing above all others that has the greatest impact on your overall success as a photographer, and it's completely within your control. In fact, this one thing can be your greatest ally or your worst nemesis. This one very simple word but complex topic is called mindset. Now, I realize for many of you, this video is not going to be sexy enough for you, and you're going to click off of it because I'm not showing you some flashy new piece of gear or some trendy new camera setting. But I promise you this, if you really watch this video and soak in its message, you have everything to gain and nothing to lose. This video can help everyone, but especially those of you who are getting ready to click off of it. Because anyone who doesn't believe in the power of mindset or thinks they have it all figured out, I promise you, you're wrong.
But you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark.
For those of you returning to the channel, I want to welcome you back. And for those of you new to the channel, I want to welcome you in. I'm Jeff, and I'm a professional wildlife photographer living in Charleston, South Carolina. Now, I have shared in several past videos that I used to be a golf professional. And part of that past life was the constant pursuit of improving my own game, as well as helping amateur golfers to improve their games. During my time as a golf professional, I was fascinated and spent a lot of time researching and studying mindset and the mental side of golf. Now, anyone who has played the game of golf with any level of seriousness will understand just how important the mental side of the game really is. But mindset is not just applicable to the game of golf, it's something that's applicable to almost every aspect of our lives. Obviously, for the purposes of this discussion, we are looking at it from the importance of mindset when it comes to learning a skill like photography. So what are the biggest mistakes that people make when it comes to mindset, and why is mindset so important? Number one, people undervalue its impact. Because the impact is not immediately measurable, unlike tools or techniques or even shortcuts, early struggles are often misunderstood for lack of ability rather than a natural part of the learning process, which reinforces discouragement. Without the right mindset, frustration feels like failure instead of feedback. This causes people to quit before the real progress begins. As a result, mindset is overlooked, even though it quietly determines consistency, resilience, and long-term growth. Number two, people fail to clearly define their own big picture. Well, Dr. Stephen Covey probably said it best. You need to begin with your end in mind. But why is this such a valuable thought? Well, when your big picture is clearly defined, it becomes much easier for you to determine how and where to spend your energy. In other words, what things are going to help you achieve your goal and what things are going to be nothing more than a distraction. Have you ever tried to learn something and suddenly you find yourself jumping from one tip to another, but you never really get anywhere? you just continue to feel stuck in the same place. This is usually a result of not having a clear, defined big picture and not having clarity on what you need to get you there. Try this exercise to define your big picture. Imagine yourself 5 years from today as a photographer. For the purposes of this exercise, we are going to suspend all disbelief. Everything that we have done as a photographer has gone absolutely perfect in your photography life. You've had no struggles, no failures, no barriers, and absolutely no frustrations. Everything you did over the past 5 years just magically fell perfectly into place for you. What does your photography life look like? Now, be honest. When you actually sit down to do this exercise, how many times do your thoughts enter your mind that are negative? Did you think of something like, how would I do that? Or do thoughts like this cross your mind? Could I really accomplish this? These are the types of thoughts that often make their way into our minds without us ever really realizing it until we bring a lot of focus to it. This is what we refer to as our voice of self-doubt, and it sabotages our growth and our overall success. We need to flip the script. Instead of asking ourselves, can I accomplish this? See your big picture and tell yourself, this is what my photography will look like when I accomplish this. It's like taking a test. You take a test with the intention of getting a 100% perfect grade. You don't take it intending to get a 70. When you shoot for 100, you are far more likely to get an 80 or even an 85. But if you shoot for a 70, you likely wind up getting a 60 or 65. Number 3, expecting motivation before taking action. Have you ever heard this expression? Taking the first step is the hardest. I'm sure we've all heard this. So many people never begin something because they expect motivation before taking any action. Of course, they don't realize this is actually happening to them. All they really see is that they don't feel motivated when they're starting something new. So they feel like there must be something wrong with them, right? Motivation is often created simply by taking action. Another issue that plays into this is just our overall expectations as a society and our need for instant gratification. People lose motivation very quickly if they don't see immediate results. Number 4, the comparison trap. If you're guilty of comparing your progress to others, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. We've talked a lot about this on this channel. The only person you need and should worry about is yourself. There are too many differences to be comparing yourself to others, such as differences in experience, resources, timing, and the list goes on and on. The comparison trap will quietly erode your confidence. Number 5, confusing patience with passivity. The amount of people that give up too early when learning something new, some sort of new skill, because the growth doesn't follow a straight or predictable timeline is absolutely staggering. Patience is active commitment and consistent efforts, while passivity is waiting for results without adjusting or refining the process. Because growth is rarely linear, progress often shows when it's least expected, making it easy to assume nothing is working when meaningful change is actually underway. Number 6, perfect practice makes perfect. You can practice all the right things and never be perfect, or you can do perfect practice and be perfect. There is a huge difference between these two statements. This past October, shortly after undergoing my prostate removal surgery, I purchased a keyboard piano. I am essentially 3 months into the piano now, and I have made tremendous strides in my learning. Now, I don't say this to flex in any way or brag, but those closest to me would tell you that I am very driven when it comes to the things that I am most passionate about. For example, when I was a golf professional and got my Class A professional golf card, it took the average person 3 to 4 years to go through that program. I did it in 16 months. When I was going through the process of learning photography, I took a certification course through the New York Institute of Photography. This program took the average person about 12 to 14 months to complete. I did it in 6 weeks. I didn't do these things so much faster than everyone else because I was born with some special gift or smarter than everyone else. I am just someone that is very driven and committed. Since I started learning piano last October, I have practiced every day, probably a good 3 hours a day. But the key here is that my practice isn't just practice. It's perfect practice. But what does that mean exactly? Well, perfect practice first begins with having clarity on your big picture, as we discussed earlier in this video. You need to understand what and how you need to practice so that you can achieve your big picture, and what you need to avoid, because it's really nothing more than a distraction. Now, when it comes to learning piano, all music is essentially made up of individual notes and chords. And chords are nothing more than 2 or more notes played at the same time. So every day I practice my chords and I practice my scales, because practicing these 2 aspects of piano, I am building valuable skills that are necessary to play actual pieces of music. Now, I could sit down at the piano every morning and just play scales and chords, essentially just going through the motions. Half of my mind on the task of doing what I'm doing with practicing, and half of my mind on something completely different. But that's not perfect or effective practice. So whenever I'm doing my practice, I'm doing it while using a metronome. This is a tool that we use in the music world that makes a clicking sound. And that clicking sound represents our beats per minute, or how fast you should be playing each note. So for example, if you are playing the piano, and if I was playing my scales at 40 beats per minute, it might sound like tick, tick, tick. But if I'm playing my scales at 180 beats per minute, it's like tick, 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 tick. There is no doubt in my mind that as I've practiced, I have become so much faster at my scales. That's what's allowed me to go from 40 to 180 beats per minute. It's because of the metronome and this perfect practice that I have been able to improve my skills and improve my ability to play the piano so quickly. So whenever I'm trying to improve on anything in life, I live by this simple thought. You can't manage what you don't measure. The point here, of course, is to implement perfect practice. If you want to be perfect, find ways to challenge yourself to improve. Make a game out of it. Find ways to measure what you are doing so you can see your improvements and your growth. Our mindset is a powerful, powerful force in our growth and our overall success. Your mindset begins with having a clear vision for your big picture. Your mindset should not include expecting motivation without taking action, or comparing yourself to anyone else but you. Your mindset should always be filled with positive thoughts and statements, and you should never allow it to be derailed with passivity, because growth is not linear or predictable. Don't waste your time practicing unless you're going to implement perfect practice. Just going through the steps, completing repetitions is not effective practice, and it will not make you a better photographer. If you let negative thoughts or self-doubt control your narrative, I can guarantee you that you will never see your full potential in anything that you do. Self-limiting beliefs only keep you from getting where you truly want to be. Remember to always shoot for the stars, because chances are you will at least hit the moon. If you're looking for a new photo editing program this year, I would highly recommend you go and check out DxO Photolab 9. This is the program that I use and trust for all of my photo editing. They have industry-leading noise reduction features, and with the release of Photolab 9, they now have AI masking tools that are going to help you streamline your editing process. And when you combine their new AI masking tools with the previous generation masking tools, you now have absolutely amazing control over your photo editing. Use the link in the show notes below. It's going to take you over to DxO so you can check it out for yourself. If you decide that you want to purchase it, be sure to use my special discount code at the time of checkout. That is Magnolia, and it will save you 15% off on your purchase. If you're not quite ready to make a purchase, be sure to download their 30-day free trial. You can try out the entire program free for 30 days with absolutely zero restrictions. If you're worried about learning Photolab 9, well, don't worry about that. I have got you covered there as well. Just head on over to my store, magnoliaphotographysc.com/store, and you can check out my DxO Photolab 9 Masterclass, where I teach you everything you need to know to create professional looking images. Hey, I want to thank you for stopping by today. I truly appreciate you taking some time out of your busy lives and busy days to spend a little time with me. But before you go, there might be one other thing you want to do. You might want to check out this next video right here.